Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of my channel. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make goat meat pepper soup. Over here we have goat meat or assorted goat meat. You can add cow meat or cow legs or what Americans call beef as well. This is Scotch bonnet pepper. This is okay, let's not do the leaves. Ginger, uh pepper soup, Irikirio, but and this one. I'll leave the names in the description. This is Cameroon pepper. This is um dried pepper. This is pepper soup spice. It comprises of like different herbs and seeds, onion, crayfish, salt, and maggi. So I'm gonna be blending the leaves. Okay, so these are my leaves. Utazi leaf. This one is kind of bitter, so I'm just going to be using a little bit. I don't really like adding it because it's kind of bitter. Then unchanwu, this is unchanwu. This is dried unchanwu or saint leaf. Because I remember we used to grow this. We used to grow this back home in Nigeria, and we use it for stew. So very nice. So I'm gonna be blending the leaves because it's dry, but if it's fresh you can use it fresh because you get like the real flavor from it. Drying it with ginger. This I'm gonna leave the name in the description, but this is called Irikirio. Can't really remember what this is. I have a blog about it. You can check in my description box. I named them in the blog. So you can just ask for pepper soup spice. If you're like Elena, you can just ask for it in an African store that sells Nigerian like food. And yeah, you can just use the basic pepper soup spice, crayfish, pepper, depending on your preference. So I'm gonna wash this with salt and warm water, and then I'm going to cook it. I'm going to fill up the pot. I'm going to cook it so it can be tender because this is the female goat meat and I need to cook it for a while before I start like adding other things to the pepper soup. So as I stated earlier, this is the goat meat. I've added water to fill it because I'm trying to cook it tender so that it can be soft by the time I start adding the main ingredients. Funny enough, I got this technique from my dad who does not know how to cook, and it has worked several times for me. So that's why I like this method of just cooking the meat down. I guess it's because it's a female goat meat. So I have to cook it for like 30 to 40 minutes before I start adding other things to the goat meat. So right here I've added the Scotch bonnet pepper, the ginger, and my leaves. I'm just going to add a little bit of water and blend it. So this is what the mix looks like, and it's so strong. So I forgot to add, this is reusable depending on how big your pepper soup is. It's reusable up to 1 to 3 times. So it's close to 30 minutes that my goat's meat has been cooking. So at this point I'm just going to add my onion, start adding my ingredients. You need to just perceive this scent that is coming from this goat's meat, and I actually tasted it without seasoning and it tastes so good just being cooked like that. I'm going to add my onion and other stuff to it. So at this point I'm just going to add my paste. Start adding that. I'm gonna add this so it can start cooking together, and then the other pepper soup spice. I'm going to add a little bit of my pepper soup mix. Mix that in, and then I'll add my crayfish. I just checked it and it's so hot. I don't need to add the grinded pepper or Cameroon pepper, but if yours is not hot, you can add Cameroon pepper or grinded pepper to it. So right now I'm adding my maggi. So add salt. I've added salt. Add salt. I'll leave the measurements in the description box. So at this point, I'm just going to cook it up. Let it cook up together for like another 20 to 30 minutes. So guys, this is the end result of my pepper soup. So I suggest you let that goat meat cook for about an hour before you start adding the pepper soup spice so it can be tender. And you can have it with rice, but I'm having it with poundo yam. You can see how soft and sticky it is. I don't know, I'm just not really a fan of swallow, and if I'm having swallow, it has to be poundo yam or amala, the black amala. And I also enjoy this with rice. And Igbo people eat this with yam for like a woman who just had a child eats it with like yam and Jimmy Rock is what they call it. I have it. You check my pepper soup blog. The link will be in the description. I wrote it down in my blog. So yeah, so that's it. That's the pepper soup and that's the poundo yam. I should have a video of how to make poundo yam. It's very easy. Easier than the initial process of making pounded yam. So thanks for watching.